They're talking about the phone call with Gunplay threatening to slap Envy for mentioning his GoFundMe. And then Envy spoke on Gunplay going off on him. God damn, Taylor, I'm reading. Could you scroll back down, Taylor gang? Envy spoke on Gunplay going off on him for mentioning his daughter's GoFundMe on the Breakfast Club. How do y'all feel about it?
At any point, did you hear me mention his wife or his child?
No, and I was here.
Charlamagne, did you hear me mention his wife or child?
No, but to be fair,
let me finish.
Okay,
let me finish. So I didn't mention his wife or child, and I didn't put the information about his GoFundMe. He did. That I didn't let that cat out the bag. He talked about it. It was something that was a story that was reported. So I didn't talk about any of that. And when Gunplay called me, because he's a friend to the room, and he was upset at first. You could tell he was upset at first. So I'm like, he's a friend, like speaking to any friend that's upset. So I let him go. I let him vent. And then we had a discussion. I said, if your wife was offended, that wasn't my intent.
And you apologize.
And I said, that's not my intent. I apologize.
Which men should do.
Right, because I was like, you're a friend to the room, and you felt the way. We can have a discussion.
Yeah.
Now, the thing is, he ended the call there. Charlamagne, how long did we talk on the phone after?
We talked about 10 minutes after,
And how was that? How was the conversation?
The conversation was very, very cordial.
We were talking about families. We were talking about how we first started.
Talking about how to squash this issue between you and Ross.
And even how Gunplay, even though he's had his beefs and problems in the industry, he still was a friend to the room. He would come up and he would do all these things on the show. We laughed, we joked. We got off the phone positive. Got off the phone positive.
But two things we should add to that. The GoFundMe was in reference to an issue that his daughter was going.
But I didn't mention. I just mentioned that he had a GoFundMe. That's all I mentioned.
And number two, I think Gunplay was expecting a public apology, but you weren't here.
Exactly. Yesterday, where were we?
It was off for Memorial Week.
And
last week you were in Aruba last week.
And DR, so we weren't on air. And we were going to bring it back up and have this discussion because you know what I thought it was?
I even said that last week, though. I said Envy's not here. Remember, me and you were here, Jess, and I said Envy's not here. But when he comes back, he can talk about this situation.
Okay, so that's why. He's training us because everybody's having that conversation.
Right. How do you feel about that?
In what part? How do I feel about what? I think recording phone calls is whack. I don't like that at all. Like, I hate when people do that. Somebody else did that to me once before, and it makes you not want to have phone conversations with anybody.
Yeah.
With anybody.
Violation
you know what I mean?
of trust.
It's just you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like if we're having a phone conversation amongst each other, like for somebody to record that and not tell you that they're recording it and then putting it out on the internet, that's like, regardless if I'm saying anything flagrant or not. Just don't do that. Why would you do that?
Okay, question coming from Gunplay's perspective here. Did he feel, and I didn't hear the entirety of what Envy said about the GoFundMe, but my understanding about what he said about the GoFundMe was, why does your man have to put up a GoFundMe? Why don't you take care of him? You're the biggest boss. This is your right-hand man. Why don't you help him? Was Gunplay upset that he exposed the fact that there was a GoFundMe for his daughter?
Well,
because that is a public thing,
everybody knew. So I even donated to it and I reposted it. You know what I mean? So people knew. But listen, man. Here's the thing. I don't even think that should have been. I don't think Gunplay should have been brought into the conversation at all.
Agreed.
And I get it. Ross was bringing in a bunch of Envy people. He bringing in, me and his family and everything.
It's a vulnerable situation also with a kid.
Leave that. Like that leaves too much room for error.
Exactly.
Leave that alone.
Also, Envy got kids too. I'm sure he understands the sensitivity with that.
So that part I didn't agree with. I didn't agree with any. I say that while Envy's doing it though. I'm like, you're going too far. Just because I know where this can go. I understand how egos work.
Involved.
And I understand how people, play when it comes to their family. Like, you know what I'm saying? None of us want nobody playing with our family.
Yes.
Envy don't want nobody playing with his family. Gunplay don't want nobody playing with his family.
Yeah.
And then when you got, like Gunplay said, his wife was crying. So if the wife comes to you, and like, why are they bringing us into this? Why are they mentioning us? I can see where, there would be some issues. But Envy apologized like a man. You know what I mean? He apologized on the phone to Gunplay like a man. Gunplay said, I'll smack you. And Envy said, we gonna fight. Gunplay.
Yo,
Envy on the phone.
Yo, Envy.
Play, what up, bro?
What's up, man?
How's everything with you?
I'm blessed beyond belief, man. Everything is good, man. Why you talking crazy, man?
talk crazy about who?
About me, my brother. What I had to do with anything, man, and my wife posting a GoFundMe, man. What that my baby was sick, man. She had a heart defect, my brother. Why has nothing to do with cars? You know I'll slap the shit out you, boy.
I wasn't talking about your baby.
Nah, you was. Envy, I'll slap the Envy, for real. Envy, for real. You know I'll slap the shit out of you, right? For that. You know that, right?
We ain't doing all that.
No. I want to be clear. I want to be clear here. You know I would slap the shit out of you about that, right?
And then we could fight, but that's not the reason I'm saying that. See,
nah, it ain't gonna be a fight. It ain't gonna be a fight.
Let me finish.
Nah, it ain't gonna be a fight. Envy, it ain't gonna be a fight, dog.
If I wanted to disrespect, I wasn't trying.
But you did. Why'd you bring me into that?
I wasn't talking about.
Why did you bring me into that, Envy? And so I'll be wrong. If I'll be wrong to handle my business then, right?
But what's your business? I'm having a conversation with you. If you feel like I disrespected you, I'm talking to you like a man. I'm like, nah, I would never. And if you feel I did, I apologize. That wasn't my intention.
Well, I need a public apology because that my wife, man, my wife is affected by that. My brother, we sat in that hospital for 28 days, homie. That shit was some real shit. That shit had nothing. It ain't even about the money. You know what I'm saying? My wife is in panic mode. My wife put that up, and this is what it is. And that's how she felt, that she wanted to. She was in panic mode. I told her to chill, but it's cool. We did a GoFundMe. That ain't nothing, my brother. So don't bring my child into this, my nigga. Because then we gonna be having bad blood, dog.
And if you felt that way, I apologize. That wasn't what I was trying to do. And I fuck with you. So
that's what I'm saying. Right? That's.
I apologize.
Thank you, my brother.
Cleared up, I will, because I have no problem.
He goes, yeah, I thought that was handled really well. He goes, okay, then we could fight. But then he said, I apologize if you took it the wrong way. I thought that was great. He maintained his manhood. Yeah. He maintained his masculinity. He didn't apologize out of fear. He was like, listen, if you want to take it there, we could take it there. But at the same time, I do apologize if you felt insulted or hurt by that. I loved it.
Yeah,
I thought he handled that very well.
I thought he handled it great. But, you know, what Gunplay wanted was a public apology.
Well, he got it. I mean, now Envy doesn't have to publicly apologize because Gunplay made it public.
Yeah, and what I told Gunplay, because this happened last.
He might have got one if Gunplay didn't post that.
No, he was gonna get it. This happened last Monday.
Wow.
Envy was in Aruba. And then I was actually in Fort Lauderdale for a day.
Oh, so Gunplay is waiting for this public apology. Oh my God!
But I told Gunplay that Envy wasn't there.
Yeah, but this is. But he's also.
But he was still doing the show, so he's like, if you can still do the show.
No, he didn't do the show. One day, I don't think he did the show like 2 days. I don't think he came. I think.
But still, this is like what is it called? Oh my God, I don't know what the name of it is. But basically, when it's like every episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm, where like each party is thinking something else about the situation.
Oh, got you.
You know what I'm saying? Like nobody's on the same page. So Gunplay's going, yo, I was told I was going to get an apology, but nobody gave it to me. And look, they're recording. Oh wow, they think I'm a fool. They think they could just ignore me, right? And Envy's on vacation, but he's like, when I come back, I'm going to apologize to that brother because that's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Oh God.
But by the way, I said this last week when the day Envy wasn't there. I said, yo, man, shout out to Gunplay.
Yeah.
Shout out to Gunplay's family. You know, they were bought into this whole Rick Ross Envy thing.
Which is unnecessary.
That wasn't fair to them.
Yeah.
And I said, you know, me and Gunplay and Envy had a phone conversation. When Envy comes back, we'll talk about it. You know what I mean? Because it's not I don't got to apologize for nothing. You know what I mean? So it's like, so Envy wasn't there. So we were waiting for Envy to come back. And I guess Gunplay just couldn't wait no longer.
Yeah.
You know? I don't like none of it. That's why I stand on it. Stop telling me to pick a fucking side. You know what I mean? There's no side to be picked. The side that I'm on is the side that don't want to see nobody get hurt.
Yes.
It's the side that don't want to see nobody end up in some unnecessary bullshit. Especially my brother who I work with every day.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Who I've been working with for 13 years. My work husband.
Yeah, this is a tricky one.
The Gusbin, as Jess Hilarious calls us.
Yeah.